Anastasia, thank you for joining us. How are you?
Great. So happy to be here. Thank you both for having me. What fun.
Of course.
Hey, it's our
So,
pleasure.
so we are here to talk about your bloody Bridget. So, this is just nightmare fuel for me because it's still relevant in my head. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, you need to tell us where this story came from because it is probably the most original horror film I have ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, thank you. Where did it come from? My husband, Richard Elfman. He's a director and writer, producer. He came up with this story from Haitian, I guess like folklore, and kind of did his own little spin on it. So yeah, we've got Bloody Bridget now.
So, my follow up question to that is how much of Bloody Bridget is actually you? Because I can kind of see where you two are the same, but are you really a vampire?
Yes. Okay. So the question paused for me, but I'm guessing, did you ask me if I'm a vampire? Yes. That's why I'm like sweating and almost
Yeah,
catching fire in the
she
sunlight.
answered. She answered that question.
Because what got me the most was you have to be half that character because I could just see the fire in your eyes.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you do in your spare time because I had to ask if you were a vampire or not.
I am the sword of justice, I guess, and I take care of really bad people on the side. You know, it's like typical Tuesday night for me.
All right, I have a list.
Here in
I'll send
Hollywood,
it to
there's a
you.
lot of bad people just roaming the streets, and I can't have that. I have to take care of them.
I will send you my list.
Oh, perfect.
All right, Brandon, what you got, man?
All right. So what? So when what got you into acting?
What got me into acting? I don't know. I grew up in the theater. I've been doing ballet since 3, cello since like first grade, constantly performing. I just always felt like I was the kid who would come up with like these plays and force my little sister to wear costumes and perform my plays for the family, you know, like little performers. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just always been like my calling. That's where I feel the most alive. I love live performance.
Mm-hmm.
I love having a live audience. I feed off of that, and movies are fun, you know, and they're around forever. But like my heart, I'm a stage trained actress, and that's where I love to perform. That's my favorite.
Well,
Okay.
I can see how
Yeah,
great
we
you
can
are
see. Yeah,
because
we can see
you
that.
are in the film. You are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Film was
Oh,
great.
that's so nice. I
So
appreciate that.
Yeah.
so I didn't hear anything about this film until I was talking to John. By the way, shout out John
Yeah,
from
John.
Movies Lovers Unite. So
Yes.
this movie did the entire theater, the actual like film festival run.
Yeah, we've been everywhere, like from the Canada to the south of Brazil, everywhere in between. We've won like 25, 26 festivals and a few Best Actress Awards and Best Film Score for my brother-in-law, Danny Elfman, and Ego Plum, the Cartoon King.
Nice.
You know, and obviously for Rick, too, he's gotten a few Best Directors. And then we have a couple more film festivals happening. We keep on trying to kind of slow it down, working on releasing the film, but then we have more really wonderful indie film festivals that just want to have us and have the performance, so it's hard to say no.
Yeah.
I bet because the way you were describing the show earlier, I'm like, that sounds like something I want to be a part of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was telling you guys before we started recording, but usually if the film festivals can, they'll fly us out. My husband, Ricky, he is a professional like Latin percussionist, so he gets together like a band to play music, and you know he marches in with the band, and then I do a wild bloody burlesque where I have a victim in the audience, and I pull them on stage and I rip out their beating heart and I eat it in front of everybody, and everybody's
Nice.
scared, and then the film starts. So it's
Nice.
really wholesome and fun.
Talk about an attention grabber in the beginning of a
Can
film.
can
Yeah,
we
yeah.
get
Well, it's kind
seats?
of it's part of one of like my favorite things to do. I love creating these dark, bloody kind of burlesque performances for my favorite horror films, like our friend and also Bloody Bridget producer Brian Usna, who were Honey I Shrunk the Kids, Reanimator. Uh,
Mhm.
I just worked with him with Return of the Living Dead 3. And so we had a screening in LA and I killed him on stage, ripped out his guts and ate his brain in front of everyone. So I do this with different directors like Joe Dante. I've done like I have a Howling. I've done this with the Horosky family for Sante Sangre, their 35th, I think, anniversary. They flew me down to Mexico City, part of Morbido Festival, which is like the biggest Latin film festival. And so I did a wonderful performance there, and that's part of their like Blu-ray release.
Mhm.
I didn't know it was filming, so I always tell people don't look at that one because they got me from weird angles. They didn't tell me, but I love being included with that. It's so iconic.
That's awesome. That is just
Yeah.
simply awesome. So, what I've noticed about Bloody Bridget, it just felt like from start to finish, it would just go, go, go. Was filming like just like that too? It just felt like you were just on the screen and then you're on the next scene in
Yeah,
a
you
different like costume.
Yes, filming was so intense because this was an indie horror film, completely self-financed by Rick and I, and so we shot it in about 13 days, I think, and
wow.
it was crazy because also we were both producers on it as well, so I was in every single scene pretty much. And so it was really long days for me, driving Rick there. Because when he's directing, he is like very focused on the project. And so he can't drive. So I'm driving us, making sure he's okay. Then I go into hair and makeup, or wig and
Mhm.
makeup in this case. um, and then, so sometimes it would be days where it's like a really heart wrenching scene, and then there's a club scene, and then there's a murder, like just back and forth all day long. And then there was a day where we had the green screen stage, and this was kind of a hack for like indie, filmmakers, but we did all of the bloody kills back to back to back. So I did like 6 or 7, just, it was such a long day. Like just
Yeah.
ripping out hearts, getting it from like camera A and B and all the different scenes, and then getting like a kind of like a bucket of water bath from my makeup artist, my killer
Oh,
like
nice.
effects crew, and then going to do the other one and switching a wig if I got blood on it or something. But it was like nonstop. I think through filming, the only times that I sat down was either if I was driving or if I was getting my makeup done. Otherwise, I was just going
Jeez.
constantly, and then like just worrying about everybody else because we work with all of our friends and stuff, so like my mommy instinct comes out and I just want everybody to have a great time,
Yeah.
you know and then also keep it on track because I'm like, hey, you know what, like let's get going.
Yeah, the 13 days was it seems like that's very fast
It was so
turnaround.
radical. I mean, we did I forget how long post took because we had a lot of effects, like special effects
Mhm. Yeah.
um stuff with our effects master Kevin Kuchever, he's done like Gremlins, he's done Beetlejuice, he's done RoboCop. He's so iconic, and I love him,
Man,
and I'm
there's
obsessed. I'm obsessed with his work. So we were so lucky to have him. Like he had the whole idea with the like going into a different, not to give anything away, but going into a different universe, like an underworld for Bloody
yeah,
Bridget.
Yeah.
And so that's all his art, which is
a
amazing.
lot of
That,
big names attached to this movie.
Yeah, we're lucky. A lot of, you know what, like, it's kind of like my husband. So he has cult like classic film called The Forbidden Zone, and so all of these great artists and animators all grew up on The Forbidden Zone, and so they're all like big wigs in the industry, like people who are like the showrunners of SpongeBob or like Cuphead or things like that.
Yeah.
And so they want to become friends with Rick and then like help Rick and stuff. So we're so lucky to have such like kind and talented friends around us.
Jeez.
That's awesome.
And then his brother's okay too, I guess. He's a little talented.
A little talented?
Little talented.
I'm just kidding. I'm like his biggest fan. I have to like cool it down whenever it's like family stuff. I have to like not talk, and then I'm like, oh wait, I only know things about film. Like I know his career back and forth. Like I've got to figure like how's the weather.
Do you still get that like giddy feeling when you see him?
I mean, yeah, because he's always working on something really cool and great. And the same with my sister-in-law, Bridget Fonda. Like, I always want to ask her about like her techniques or working with Tarantino or Henry Selick with Monkey Bone, because I love stop motion. I love Henry Selick and I love Monkey Bone. So I'm like obsessed with asking her. But I have to like pepper it in because I've learned a key in Hollywood. It's you only let your crazy go in small increments. You can't let everybody know how insane you are. You just have to do it in really small doses. So like I give myself like, if I'm going to ask something, I give myself like 1 or 2 questions and then I leave them alone. Because it's like they're on their off day. They don't want to deal with the fangirl.
So where was Bloody Bridget shot at?
That is a fun question. I think Rail Studios, and that was like in the valley, I think. It's all a blur because we shot it so fast. But we shot there. We shot some things at our house. Some of the, there's like a kill montage, like where like I go and I get like almost like a Jason kind of version of a killer. He's my friend Chris Dotson, and so I like bite him, and that's in our driveway. And then a couple other killers, like bad people that I get. Where else? Oh, we shot over at Danny's music studio, the outside area, when I go and I get the like hillbillies, the like redneck people, when I kill them. So that's in like Danny's like that's where the like Tony's Tavern is, and turns into like Bloody Bridget's like horror night thing. But I'm trying to think where else. There was some other studio that I forget, but it was like kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, it happened so fast.
13 days.
But all local. We support like the local, and we were like SAG or whatever, and so.
Yeah. But 13 days, that is a short time.
Tell me about it. It was nuts.
And the fact that you don't remember a lot about it either is kind of wild to me.
Well, I try to remember, but yeah, it's like kind of going to war in a good way. It's a lot. It's a lot to take on,
I bet. All right, Brandon, what you got, man?
All right. So, what was it like to work with your husband as the director?
Oh, good one.
Great, good, awesome.
She's really unsure here.
No. He's great. You know what is amazing with Rick is that he like has such a joyful energy. He loves what he does, and he surrounds himself with other creators who love what they do. And so the set is always very joyful and happy, but we get stuff done, which I appreciate because I come from the stage. And I don't like wasting time. Like for my acting instrument, I like when I'm there, when I'm in the moment, I just like to go, and like I don't like waiting around too much. But luckily he works really fast. And so that helps me. And, it's nice. We live together so I can talk to him about my character. I mean, his big notes were just to be myself, that he wrote the character to be me. And so it was very daunting because I'm like, who am I? What do I do? Like, what is my normal? You
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
It makes you
But
question yourself a little bit.
when I watch it back, because like I like to watch it with an audience sometimes because the audience response has been so killer. Everybody is so like it, like what I was saying, it kind of vibes. It's not a midnight film, but the audience like response is so visceral and huge, and I just love hearing the laughs and the screams and stuff from everybody, you know.
Yes.
But yeah,
So
so when I watch myself back, I'm like, okay, that doesn't really sound like my normal voice. What was this choice? You
Yeah.
know, but it is what it is.
you become the ultimate critique because that's you on the screen up there.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost like a caricature of myself in a weird way. But also, I don't, while I have traits that are similar to like Bloody Bridget. Like I like justice. I don't like people like fucking me over. I'm a big sister, so
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
very into like what's right is right and like no, you're wrong kind of stuff. Um but you know like I haven't dealt with a lot of the stuff that Bloody Bridget has dealt with. So that was just like kind of trying to honor that kind of stuff that people have dealt with, like abuse and things like that, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So
So you're
while the part was written for me, which is great, it's not like it's not a bio of me.
Yeah.
yeah. So you were basically a superhero. You're trying to say it.
Yeah, I think so. I can't wait until people start dressing up like Bloody Bridget with the like with the I call them the demon nipples. And if we get Bloody Bridget too, I would love to have them puppeted and have them like make little
Um.
sounds and move and stuff.
I I think that might
And I
happen.
So
want the hair to move too. Like I want her to be kind of like a little Medusa-esque, you know?
Mm.
I can
Yeah,
get
I
with
can live
that.
with that. Yeah.
So
I mean,
so
I feel like she vibes as like an evil goddess anyways, you
Yeah. I
know?
can see
And
that.
like
yeah.
I feel like nobody's gonna fuck with her,
No, not
so
at all.
Nope.
wouldn't that be fun to have all these like babes running around?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What what got me, and Brandon even sent me a text after this when we watched it,
Yeah.
and the first scene happens and you kill the person on the set, and I'm like, is this the movie? He goes, what the
What
fuck just
happened?
happened? I said, is this the movie? And then all of a sudden it just shows that it's a play. I'm like, that is the
This
wildest
opening,
opening
yeah,
to a film in 2 minutes of my life, and I love it.
because
Isn't that crazy?
it
Yeah.
looked like the
You
start of
had
the
you had
movie.
me.
I mean, I was like, wait a minute, is
Yeah.
this like the beginning? Like we're killing somebody off in like the
And
first 2 minutes?
yeah, and I don't know if you guys are fans of like the indie band The Residents, but
Mhm.
we are friends with them, and so we got that opening song, which is so iconic, and I love, and getting to dance to that for the opening was so great. And usually I do all of my own choreography, but in this case, because I was doing so much, we hired this wonderful choreographer, Lennon, and so we worked together and with Rick and came up with that whole dance sequence. And yeah, that was really fun, like pulling the guts out of, you know.
That's
I
awesome.
was like, this is the movie for me. If somebody's getting off 3 minutes
Yeah.
in, we had
Yeah.
we had a music number and we had a death. You had
Yeah.
me. Like,
I texted him and I was like, yo, is this the
Good.
beginning? And he's like, yeah, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
because I was slightly ahead of him,
Yeah.
and
Oh, okay.
he's like, oh,
All right,
okay,
I'm
now I see it.
he just
Okay,
wait a minute. Just let it go. And I'm like, all right.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
like he was ready to pause it and be like, did I click
Did
on
I
the
click
right
on the right
movie?
movie at first? Because I was like,
Is this the end?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of at first when Rick was like talking to me, because like he wrote it during like the pandemic and COVID. So like he would go to work and write, and then he would tell me little scenes, he would come down. Or like when I would try, because when he's writing, he is very focused and he forgets. Like he'll take really long writing days and he'll forget to get up and eat. And so I'm always over there like reminding him, like, here's a sandwich. Here, come with your family. Let's go for
Here's
a
a
walk.
drink.
Let's
Here's
be
food. Yeah, let's
healthy.
go.
Yeah, because like, you know, he likes to drink and have a cigar, which is fun,
Yeah.
but we can't do that all day long.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when he would come down, or if we were on a walk, he would tell me a little bit about the scene he was writing. And when he told me about the dance number in the beginning, I was like, I don't know about that. But then I remembered like one of my other favorite films, Death Becomes Her. I was like, there's a fun dance scene in the beginning of that. I was like, we can make this work.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you because I immediately thought of that film as soon as I saw your opening
Mm-hmm.
number.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I love that film. It's a perfect film. It's a masterpiece to me. Everything. Like if you sit down and watch the lighting, the script, the editing, the sound design, just everything, every moment, And if it comes on TV, forget it. Whatever I have to do, lost. I'm just gonna sit down and watch.
Mm-hmm.
I think that movie is probably the most underrated film of all time. Like it's not
Yes,
talked about enough.
I would say one of them. Yes, I always call those films like critically feared because the critics don't like it or don't support it, and people like I feel like in pulp culture, people and now especially with social media, people are aware of like the memes or the scenes, but like I find that not many people have actually watched these masterpiece films, especially like these horror comedies, and this is Death Becomes Her. Are you kidding me? And this is a perfect film. And I feel like the cast, especially Ernest, he is playing so against type. The actor, he's an action hero. He's like Mr. I'm going to take care of business. And then he's playing this ultra doofus. And to the point of like the way that he runs down the hallway when he's looking for his wife, and she's like, where was she? She was in the hospital. But isn't that great? Just how much they embody these characters. I love it. But
I
I
love
like
that movie.
character study. I love watching actors just eat up their roles.
Oh yeah. I hope nobody ever remakes or touches that film ever.
Yeah.
I think they're planning to, which I'm so disappointed. I was so disappointed. Well, okay, I'm happy for people, to create. I'm happy about that stuff, but I was really sad to hear that when they remade The Witches. I'm like, how can anybody outdo Angelica? Like,
why
what?
are we doing this?
I was kind of, I don't know. I didn't know how to really feel about that one.
Yeah, I never watched it. I mean, good for them and everything. And maybe the only thing I can see is like maybe with the remakes, maybe it makes people go and invest and watch the originals,
Yeah.
I didn't know how to really feel about the remake of that one because it was like the original was what it was, and then they remade it, and I was like, I don't know. Like I can't.
Yeah.
Can we just leave masterpieces
alone? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like the
I
masterpiece
know.
was great, and then we got
just put it in the museum and never touch it again.
That's like,
how about that?
Well, I feel like because I did special effects, like practical effects, creature design, monsters, costuming, prop design, set design. I did all of that professionally. So I am very into, practical effects heavy films, especially like horror films. And so whenever I see a remake and they like do a CG version of these transformations or something, I'm like, oh God. Well, I love our visual effects artist friends. I think that I think there can be a perfect marriage where like VFX can enhance, practical effects rigging and makeup,
Oh yeah.
Like when you see like The Walking Dead and a zombie has like, the green area, and then they get the visual effects, to like lose the jaw or something like that. Like, I think that's a perfect example of how those worlds can work together and help each artist,
Yeah.
I agree with that. All right, Brandon, what you got, man?
Well, she kind of answered the question a little bit because I was getting ready to ask.
Uh-oh.
That's fine though. I was getting ready to ask like when was this story kind of came up with, and you said during COVID. But how was that time for you guys like during COVID, trying to like do work?
How was like working at home during COVID? Okay, so we're both independent artists, we're creators, you know, I'm an actor. So I would say that I do a majority of my work at home anyways. So it wasn't that different from our regular day-to-day life, because Rick works from home too. But the only difference was that we had our daughter, because she's now 17, but she was younger then, obviously. But so she was around a lot, and she loves to chat with me and joke and stuff. And so she was like she wanted to have a lot of FaceTime, which I was like, that took a little bit of wiggle room for me, because like I also like my alone time to create. So that was hard because everybody was home. And so like the wife duties and the mommy duties were like very high during that time.
Yeah.
So other than that, I mean, overall, I think it was wonderful. And I love that we got that much time with her. And as a family together, you know, to bond and everything. So it's kind of like a really long summer vacation.
Yeah. I remember those days.
Yeah. Being stuck at home and not able to go anywhere or do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was like a travesty what was happening around the world, but inside our home, we're very like close knit and connected, and so you know, it's just a house full of joy. We're all silly too, so, and we all love watching movies and stuff. So that's kind of like, right now I'm like I've been doing this for a few years now with our daughter, like revisiting all of the like classic horror or like some of my favorite films. Like we just went through all the Final Destination films, which is really fun to like rewatch with her and get her viewpoint. And see, like, and then she's like, oh, I finally get it now. Cause like sometimes like I would make jokes about like if there was like a truck carrying logs or something goofy like that. She didn't get it. And now she does, you know?
We all
and now she has a fear for the rest of her life. Like
I know, now
else.
she's like walking around like in the kitchen and in the bathroom. She's like, oh no, like my toothbrush could fall and then I get electrocuted, you know?
We all think about that now.
You just give no more tanning beds, no more roller coasters, no
Have
more.
you seen me? I'm basically translucent. I would never ever do a tanning. I mean, also I don't like the sun, and I mean maybe other people can, and then in 20 years I'll look the youngest. I'll have like perfect skin, no wrinkles.
Didn't I already ask her if she was a vampire? She just
confirmed
it for me.
it again.
I mean, literally, I drive around like LA because like our daughter goes to an arts high school in downtown LA, and so I have like kind of a long commute back and forth, and so I have to wear like long sleeve even on like a hot day because I get sunburned in the car.
Whoa!
Wow!
Isn't that goofy?
That's crazy.
And I have to wear a hat and like obviously like sunscreen and stuff, but like I literally get sunburned. It's the worst.
Yeah, she's got that.
Wow.
So whenever like, because we have like we do family holidays, like my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they have this wonderful estate in Hope Ranch in Santa Barbara, and so everybody's frolicking around because it's like, you know, 10 acres or something like that of beautiful area and gardens and stuff, and I'm just like in an umbrella and a big hat, like trying to read a book in the shade.
Why did I get?
Everybody's having fun on the like mega slip and slider in the pool.
Why did I get an image of Sweeney Todd sitting on the beach with an umbrella?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. That's basic. So yes. I'm waiting for my call from Tim Burton. I'm basically just a Tim Burton character walking around in the shadows.
Yeah.
She just goes to the grocery store with a hoodie on, with sunglasses on. You don't know who I am.
Literally, I know. It's so funny because I dress so down most of the time just because I don't want attention or anything. And I've noticed that randomly, I'll get people who come up to me, and I assume that they want to talk to Rick because, like, you know, it's he's recognizable, and like we'll have, you know, every so often he'll have fans come up to him and want a photo, and I'm always happy. I'm like, do you want a photo? And now they're starting to come up to me, and I'm like, oh my god, now I have to like do my hair and stuff.
Jeez, you're like, not today. My hair's not on point today. How about Wednesday?
No, it's, you know. Because a photo's forever, you know? It's just like these like interviews, like, you know, you think it's like for like, you know, a podcast or whatever, but like when people Google me, they're going to see this interview. So I've got to,
you gotta look good for it. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, and
Brandon.
this is my job, so I love what I do. I love dressing up. I love playing pretend, and I love chatting about my projects like Bloody Bridget. And I love horror films. I love talking about horror. If you didn't
Yeah.
notice.
Yes. Because that was my next question. What was the first horror film that got you into loving horror
Yeah, I
so
was
much?
gonna say.
Well, okay, so a little bit about me. My parents, both of them were career Marines. I come from a military family, and so they were very strict. And then also, like when I came around, they were out of the military, but they kind of turned a little hippie-ish. So it was like kind of like these two worlds colliding constantly throughout my childhood. But so they didn't allow me to play video games. They were really against that. And then like watching like normal TV wasn't like I had to be really careful about like what I was allowed to watch. So I ended up being exposed to a lot of classic horror films and classic like cinema, pre-code horror, all of that kind of stuff. So I have a huge like repertoire of knowledge of film history. So what was my first exposure? I'd like to say probably Lon Chaney Sr.'s 1925 Phantom of the Opera.
Yes.
And so that was kind of my
Yeah.
like moment of, oh my God,
That's it.
it just changed my life. And then for like moving forward, I was so captivated with him. I did a lot of research and like going to the library, thinking like we didn't have the internet like today. So that took a lot of work and like talking to people at the movie stores, just like chatting with people. But so I learned a lot about him. And then I realized we both have we share a lot of similarities naturally. We both share the same birthday, April 1st. Which is wild.
Wow.
So we're both April Fool's Day babies, which makes total sense and is like so poetic. We both started in the theater. He started on doing performances on the vaudeville circuit. We both have dealt with like different things that made it difficult. In early life, like I have severe dyslexia, which made like, reading and communicating a little difficult and wasn't fully understand growing up. And he grew up, both of his parents were deaf mute. And so he didn't need to talk. He didn't learn how to talk until he was 4 years old. And so that's where a lot of his pantomiming and performance came from, because he would go to town and he would like listen to stories, and then he would come home and perform them for his bedridden mother who like had health problems. And so he was very close with her, and so he would do performances. But yeah, I could do a whole podcast interview just on Lon Chaney Sr. I'm obsessed with him.
So if we do that film, contact
for
you.
me, he's the father of horror as we know it. We wouldn't have practical effects in the way we do if it wasn't for him. He basically created that job for us in America. They were doing different things, in France and all of these kind of different pre-code, but here he really, Lon Chaney, man of a thousand faces. He was so radical with everything, and wanting to do it himself. And so I resonate with that as well. I like to do a lot of my own things too. Like, I do my own choreography. I'm very involved with any like scripts that I deal with. I like to be involved with the hair and makeup, the costumes. I'll style myself a lot of times. I just like to really disappear and turn into the character, that I'm playing.
Like a vampire, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I'm going to have to be careful now. People are going to come running at me with steaks, like in Whole Foods in the grocery store.
I heard what you said.
You said you were a vampire. We gotta get rid of you.
Oh, that's with this day and age, I wouldn't put it past regular people.
No, not at all.
Right? I know.
All right, Brandon, what you got, man?
Well, she kind of did answer that question too. It's like, how is it in like with you and your husband in public? Most people would probably run up on you. But she did answer that question already.
Yeah, well, also it's like when I'm in public, unless it's like for an event,
mhm,
and I know that there are people who want to approach, so I turn it on,
yeah,
like so people feel comfortable because I'm a fan of other artists and I know it's awkward when you feel like you're bugging them. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
And so I really support the fans. I support Rick's and Danny's like the people who are fans of my family. And I just want to make everybody feel comfortable,
yeah,
like, because I always think when we're at events, it's like, this might be the one and only time that they get to meet their idol. And
Yeah.
how would I feel? And so I always stop, like, because Rick's a little hard of hearing from his like rock and roll days, because he was in a band and
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
And so is Danny a little. So it's like, if I see somebody, I try to, if I can, if we're not late or something, I try to stop him so he can get a photo. Like I just try
do
to do my mommy duty,
yeah, do the
just take care
kind
of all
thing.
of the fans. Yeah. But I would say, like, when we go out, I know how to disappear, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
I can fall to the back. I don't need the attention. Like, I don't care. Like, I just want to go buy, my mac and cheese and get home and eat
yeah.
it.
The attention doesn't always have to be on. The spotlight doesn't have to always be on you guys.
Oh
Yeah.
no, yeah. No, and Rick is he's so mellow and nice, and he's just trying to go get, whatever it is, he, go look at the steak counter, the meat counter.
Yeah,
Cuz he's like a major like griller. He likes to grill for, like when we're shooting at the end of every week, we like grill for the cast and crew.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
All right, Brandon, you wanna ask her the big question before I ask the big
yeah.
question?
So we always ask this question to everybody that's on a show, directors
Oh
and
no.
actors. So if you had a opportunity to be in any movie, if it was a remake or a new one, what would it? What would you do? What would you choose?
Uh-oh.
That's so hard. Like, what do you mean? Like, would I be in this? Like, oh, so it's a remake. It's not if I could send myself to the past of my favorite film and
You
be
can
in that.
you can send it wherever
Yeah,
you would
whatever you
like.
want.
Whatever
Yeah,
movie you
Oh,
want to
okay.
be in.
Well, gosh, I don't know. We've talked about a lot of my favorite films, like Phantom, Death Becomes Her. I love Gremlins. I love these, I love these horror films. I don't know. Just all my favorite films I would like to be in. I mean, also, but if it's a remake,
yep,
am I still
yep.
here?
You're still here.
Okay, good.
You're good.
I'm doing this on my phone.
No, you're good.
I don't know. Maybe Phantom. That would be, but then I would have to be, what's her face? Is it Mary? I forget.
Trying to think of
Marie? I forget. The girl, I hate her. She's so stupid. Could you imagine
I forget
somebody,
the girl's name.
some talented genius in the cellar, and
I forget.
he's composing this wonderful opera for you to star in, and he's killing everybody who's questioning it.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
no. And she's a two-timer. Like,
Yep.
I can't. And okay, so he poor Eric. Oh, Christine, that's
Yes.
her name.
Yes.
Oh, I
Yes.
hate
That's
her.
it. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I was like, it's some normal name.
Yeah.
You grow up with the name Anastasia, and it's like everybody else's name is normal.
Yeah.
Okay, so Christine. So Eric tells Christine one rule: don't take off my mask. Okay, that's fair. That's fine. What does that bitch do? 5 minutes in, she's
Takes the
like,
mask
whoop,
off. Yep.
can't even listen. I hate her.
Yeah. Doesn't listen
I
to the
wish she would
rules.
have died. Poor Eric. I could have fixed him. He would have been fine. We would have washed his face. We would have done some moisturizer, some skin
There you
routine.
go.
Maybe get him outside a little bit, not just, organ solos all night long.
That's hilarious.
Oh
All right,
man. So
Brandon,
yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
answer.
just I'm gonna say that. But I think right now they're actually doing a remake of Phantom in France. I overheard this. And
Yep.
one of the leads, the character name is Anastasia, and I was like, bitch, why didn't they come and ask me? Like,
Yeah.
I'll learn to speak French.
Yeah, real
I can
quick.
do it. I can do anything.
Yeah.
As soon as you see this person and they look just like you, how mad are you going to be?
Oh, I'm gonna be livid. I'm gonna throw a car. I'm gonna be insanely just so jealous. No, I mean, what are you gonna do? I'll just write it myself.
All right, so with us recording this, when can we expect the movie to be on streaming for people to watch?
I don't know. I'm hoping this year because fans are so crazy for it, and not everybody can make it to. I mean, we've tried to make it available, like going to all of these different film festivals, and then having like different screenings.
Yeah.
Like we had a LA premiere for our friends and the cast and stuff, because a lot of our core group of people are from LA, like their friends and stuff. Who worked on the film. But I don't know. I'm gonna say this year, but it's kind of like we have to protect ourselves, and just make sure that it's a good deal, because like so many people have put so much into the film. It doesn't make sense to do it, with some little distribution that where it's just gonna go die on a shelf. Like, I want it to live on. I want to make a sequel,
Yeah.
Yeah. So are we getting a sequel?
Well, Rick wrote it, so
Ooh.
yeah, I know.
Now we're talking.
Oh, that was a bombshell there.
Okay, I wasn't ready.
For
so
that.
give me a second to readjust my face.
I wasn't ready for that one.
Yes, and
So,
I think
wow.
Bloody Bridget goes to Ireland in the sequel. So we've got to make sure that we have a budget for it.
So yeah, we gotta get this one on.
We gotta get this out for people to see,
yeah.
because as soon as we
Right?
drop
And I
this
can't
episode,
wait.
we're gonna.
Like, I can't wait until we start doing like merch and like little dolls of all the characters. Like, how cool would that be?
Oh yeah.
God. Where do I send my money?
Right? Like a NECA or something like that.
Where do I send my money?
Where do I send my bank card?
I will send.
Just share it with all your friends once everything comes out. But yeah, because like like I'm a fan of this kind of stuff, so like I have like the fans in mind for merch once we get to that place.
Oh yeah, because I need a physical copy. Like, I want to buy one right now because we felt bad watching the screener.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't like
tell people
go on Apple TV
say, hey,
and
go
buying it or Amazon Prime to buy it. So like we felt
Well,
kind of bad that we can't support you.
No, but thank you for having me on this. This is a huge support. It helps me, get the word out. And then that helps me help my crew and my friends who worked on it. You know what I mean? Like, this is all very helpful. And I don't know if you guys are like Rotten Tomato approved or anything, but you can leave a review there.
He is.
Or once it's released, Or you?
Yeah.
So I had a run-in with them earlier this week where I had people on from Screenbox, which we love their show. Their show was fantastic. And 75 people submitted a review to Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes declined all their stuff.
Oh my God.
So I went on and wrote up a 2-page essay like I was back in middle school. And it said, your post and your review has to be verified and approved before we post it. 2 days later, declined. Rotten Tomatoes hates independent films.
TV
series, movies, it's tough out there. It's tough. I also feel like with social media, it's hard as one, like as a woman, and then two, as a horror creator, like a lot of like I can't use like certain words like killer or like there's just things that trigger, and I feel like get shadow banned, and it's like
you can use
like I guess I could just make a website and do it myself, but it's like I feel like I'm helping, like I don't know, like why are we like I feel like I see sexier, more X-rated things on like Instagram and stuff, but they're like coming after me. Like my stuff isn't even that bad, It's
because
weird.
You used a word.
Yep.
I guess I don't know, because they don't. That's a problem. They don't tell you what the issue is. They just like tell you to get rid of it. And it's like, but why?
It bothered them. I don't want to.
It bothered their algorithm.
It bothered the robots.
Yep. I don't want to say.
All the AI is pissed.
I don't want to say triggered because it may upset people there too, but I think it more so it upset somebody. So somebody goes, "Hey, let's get rid of this."
Yeah, maybe. Well, that's okay. I like disrupting people,
Yeah,
and
there you go.
like I love causing
Me
a
too.
scene on stage, not at home, not in
Yeah.
private. Like, leave me alone.
Man, I like to call I like to call scenes and like everywhere I go. I
Oh,
like
I could
causing
tell. As
mischief.
soon as I met you, I was like, watch out for this guy.
Whoa. I already have a nickname in the friend group. Everybody calls me rough around the edges and I'm a loose cannon. It's okay.
Do you have
I
that
just
written
tell
on your
people like it
forehead
is.
somewhere, like hidden there
You
in there?
shut your whore mouth.
It's a big tattoo
Yeah,
right
the
underneath
hat's covering it. It's okay.
So what
Okay,
you
well,
said,
great. I'm so happy that you're like Rotten Tomatoes. So we'll see if maybe you can do like a fun review.
I
Because
would
that would be
Oh,
great for
he'll
us. That's
try.
great, like especially if you're fans of any indie film, not just us, but like those really help.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also like, like very supportive of people because it's so hard to make anything. It's so
yeah.
hard.
Just this.
And it's like I feel like everybody needs to start being a little bit more supportive, especially what's going on in our industry, in the film industry. It's like, if you want to keep on seeing these creators or have our iconic filmmakers come back, like there's talks about like a Gremlins 3 with like Joe Dante or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep.
like you've got to be supportive and like because we need these creators,
Yeah.
like
Brandon,
because
should we
it wasn't a mistake that those films live on. They stand the test of time. They
Yep.
are great artists, like our
And they
John
deserve the support.
Yeah.
Carpenters. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
iconic creators, and I want to see more from them.
Same. Give me a new
But don't get me
RoboCop while
started.
we're at it.
Yeah.
I could talk about horror all
Yeah.
day.
Oh, trust me, we
Oh, yeah,
can
we're
too.
good too.
So you're talking to the right person with me because I got a cease and desist from Blumhouse.
Why?
We can't
Oh,
talk
no.
about it. We can't talk about that.
Oh no!
Oh,
You can tell me later. You can tell me later.
I
I'll
will
be
tell you
quiet.
about it off
Yeah,
air
we
I don't
before we
work
go.
with Blumhouse yet.
Yeah, we can't talk
so-
about that yet.
I mean, hopefully.
It's
I
a
can talk
huge
about it,
thing.
but he can't.
He can talk
Oh
about it.
no! Maybe I should have done this interview. They're gonna see
No,
that
no,
we're
no, you're
connected,
fine.
and
You're
they're gonna
fine.
be
No,
like,
we're
"No,
okay.
no Elfman here."
It was misconstrued. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that was
say.
it. Yeah.
Oh, they couldn't tell the tone online.
No,
No.
not at
Yeah.
all.
No.
See, I get sassy and I get silly, like, because I'm a comedian. So, like, I'm not trying to offend, but if it happens, it happens. And so I have to watch it a little bit with
That's
my,
the
like,
same.
online dialogue, especially, like, with fans or people that don't know me. Because I'm a sassy. I'm very sassy in a good way.
Yeah.
Who does she sound like, Brandon?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
And you call
Yeah.
me bad names.
Oh, no. Okay. See, I knew we were going to be best friends.
See?
I knew
Yeah.
it.
So where can everybody follow
Yes.
you? So we can get you some followers here.
Yes. Okay. So on Instagram, I'm Anastasia Elfman, and our films all have their own pages. So we've got Bloody Bridget film, our sci-fi comedy that I played like 6 or 7 different parts in, Aliens, Clowns, and Geeks, and then Ricky's film Forbidden Zone. They all have their own film pages, and he's Richard Elfman. He's on Instagram too, and then on Facebook too, Anastasia Elfman. All the film pages, and then him. So, and then we both have websites, AnastasiaElfman.com and then RichardElfman.com, and we try to, put up like when we have events or like meet and greets or things like that, screenings, and then like our archive stuff or interviews. So yeah, that's where you'll find me.
Nice.
And we will keep everybody up to date on Bloody Bridges streaming dates whenever it
find out.
happens, because I already know
Yes.
my inbox when this drops next week. Hey, where can I watch the film?
And that was the
At a film festival
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. But yes, we hear it and we are so excited, and keep that energy up because we want to get the best deal for our whole team,
Yeah.
because it takes a family, it takes a village to create anything,
Yeah.
no matter how big or how low. And right now we're in the like indie low budget area, so we need extra support from everybody. But we're so lucky that we have all of these talented artists that really, I mean, for what our budget was, we so went above what we should have been able to do because of our lovely talented friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there's a couple of scenes I'm not going to discuss because they are fantastic.
Yeah, it's been hard doing these interviews because I like to deep dive, and so I can't wait until I can share more about different moments once it's released, and I can talk about like my process or like what happened or different things like that, because there's some pretty iconic scenes in the film, if I
Yeah,
say so myself.
I wasn't trying. I wasn't trying to give so much away because I want people to watch it for
Yeah,
themselves.
once it's
Yeah.
out there, then we'll
Once it's out there, we'll do probably a full hour and a half deep dive, scene by scene,
and a full review.
just try to get everybody's eyes on it. So, if you want
That
to come
would be
back
lovely.
for the review when it comes out,
Well, you're
you are
more
more
than
than
welcome.
welcome.
Door's always open.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I would love to come back. And if you guys ever want to deep dive a horror film or anything like that, let me know. See, this kind of outlet for me is saving my marriage, because Rick loves films and stuff, but he doesn't love it in the way that I do, like deep diving. Like I literally pause sometimes. I'm like, oh, do you know that actor's from this and that? And like that effects artist, and look at that rigging.
Yeah,
oh my God, they did such a good job on that blood splatter.
Does he get up and just walk away?
So this is really great for me.
That's
Does
wild.
he just
That
get up
sounds
at that
just
point
like
and
me.
just walk away at that point because you paused too much?
No, because I've chained him to the bed. He can't go anywhere then. No, I'm just joking.
Wow. What got me there was she said it with a straight face and then the laugh.
Yeah.
If I just had one or the other, I would have been fine.
Yeah.
But both were in sync and perfect.
Yeah.
And
sometimes we get good timing, right?
Yeah.
And this is where I'm going to end this episode because somebody's chained to the bed.
Yeah. Where can you go from there? Only down.
Oh man.
But thank you again so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. It was so nice meeting you. I'm glad that we're all best friends now, and let's stay connected. And I can't wait to come back.
Yeah.
Of course.
And spill more beans about all of this stuff.
We'll love to have
Love
you.
to have you.
Remember, go follow her on all of her platforms.